Okay. Bam. We're live. Audio should be working. That took me a second. I was trying to figure that out, but we're here. We're live. Also, shout out to BetUS. You can see it. Top link in the description. We'll talk about them a little bit more as we get going here, but they are the sponsor for today's live stream. And also, throughout this NFL season, man, they're one of our sponsors, man. So we worked with them last year. Top link in the description. I'll shout them out as we continue through this. But yeah, I want to give them a shout out as we get started here. Chat, how we doing? Sup, 51st in the building. I see you, the truth. What's going on, man? Giovanni's here. What up, y'all? What up, Michael? Hey, Michael, you were the first comment on the video this morning. I didn't read any of the other comments, to be honest with you. I left. But I saw you were the first comment. I see you, Michael. Jordy's in the building. My man, Jordy. Jordy, I think you emailed me today. I got to check that out. I think you did. I didn't read it yet. Just like straight up, but I think you did email to me today. I think. So I'm going to check that out. PK JR, how you doing, man? What up, hey, what up, man? Got them beat. We got the beats. We rolling. We good. I said I was gonna update that. I have not done that. Okay. Hey, maybe we get that thing updated for the game Thursday. Maybe that's a good. Oh, you got the hat? Okay. Did you send me a picture of it? Hey, I'm glad that thing got there. Yo, to be honest, man. Part of me was like, yo, maybe I should just do it through LNU because they'll get that thing out there in a hurry. And I know that takes forever to ship anything. So I'm glad that it's there. It's there before the season. That's awesome. I'm happy. Dion, what's up, my brother? Island? Oh, Island. Okay, I see you. Oh, you in one of those big chairs? Oh, that's not you. Ben, I see you, Ben. What's up, Ben? I got the hat. Neil's in the building. What's up, Neil? This is going to be bananas. This game's going to be bananas. You send a pic. No rush. Canada is far. You know what? We'll use that. We'll use that excuse. That probably did have something to do with it. I'm glad that it got there, to be honest, because when I was putting the address in, I was like, I don't even know if I'm doing this right. I think it was like different from like a US address, so it's kind of throwing me off a little bit. But it got there. I did it right. No notification this time. Hey, man, check your YouTube settings, man. Make sure you got that bell thing on. I don't control notifications. They're supposed to just happen. Unless you do like more than 3 posts within 24 hours, they're supposed to happen. But, YouTube do their thing. So just make sure the bell's on. Then you should get them. Hoping to hear Derek Barnes shows out this year. Oh, you're hoping that. Yeah, me too. I think Barnes is in for a huge year. Kirby Joseph did some schooling today on Neighbors. Bro, I saw that clip. We'll show it. I saw that clip. I was super okay with that because even if he was messing around like in that heat of the environment, and it was probably hot out, I can understand why he got fired up. He got fired up over that. I'm not even mad at it. He started swinging, though. My man he was having none of it. Kirby Joseph was not joking at all. He might have tapped him in the face, and he was having none of it. I did love it, though. I'm going to be honest. From the outside, I kind of did love it. I said there would be, one fight, and I read that. I guess that was, the one major fight, but there was definitely more than one fight. There's definitely more than just that one. There was a lot of stuff going on. E-Man, yes. Oh, my goodness, man. It's so unfortunate. That news this morning. And it's like we heard nothing of it yesterday. I had no reason to believe that something like that would be the case. So I guess we'll start there first. I did listen to Dan Campbell's presser. Just to hit on some of the injury updates that we did get. Melk Rodriguez didn't practice today. Ify Melifonwu did not practice today. Apparently that's minor. But both of those guys did participate on Monday. No Kevin Zeitler today. Doesn't sound like it's long-term, even though there wasn't a lot of details. I was hoping there'd be more details there. Didn't really get many details on that. And then, obviously, the Emmanuel Mosley situation. Terion Arnold was cleared, so we know that he had to be evaluated for the concussion. Was clear, and he was practicing today. There was a lot of clips of Terion Arnold today. And then still no Sam Laporta. According to Dan Campbell, he's dealing with a hammy. So I think that's all the injury stuff. And then outside of that, he said that young guys will play a lot in our first game, which I'm assuming he's pointing towards rookie. Well, I mean, I guess all young guys, but definitely we're going to see the rookies. So I assume we're going to see Terion because he's I think what he was trying to do is hey, the starters, probably not going to see many of those guys. And Jared Goff is not going to play. Doesn't sound like, but young guys will play. So that could mean that we see Terion Arnold, even though that he's a starter. We expect him to be a starter. It sounds like we're going to still see him potentially. That's kind of what I took from that. But, yeah, don't expect to see many, actual starters that we've seen over the years outside of maybe the rookies. The Giants are cheap. Yeah, that was kind of whack. But, Ryan, what's up, Ryan? I see you. He hit him 6 times before he went crazy. Who's going to be our starting slot cornerback now? Amik? I mean, I think Amik's got the leg up to do it. I touched on this morning, Ify Melifonwu, even though he didn't practice today, so we really don't got much more insight there. Enes Rakestraw, Dan Campbell did bring up that Enes could play that role for the Lions, so that's something that's still a real possibility. And, Enes did both in college. He played inside, outside at Missouri, so I think it's possible that Enes does. Plus, he was kind of, he was matchup versatile. But it would make a lot of sense that if Amik could step into that role, he does have the 2-year deal. I think the Lions would like that, because then they could just keep Brian Branch at safety, build some, continuity there. Though he did touch on, hey, Brian Branch, can play can bump down still, even though he wasn't going to do that today. He's capable of doing it if we need to go that direction. But, yeah, we have T.A. Robinson, Davis, Rakers Island, Branch, Ify. We have depth. Okay, you threw me off. Wait, Rakers Island. All right. Hey, I've never even heard. I don't even know what that is. Okay, you threw me off. I'm not going to lie, Denver. You threw me off. I feel bad for him. He has to go. He's just too injury prone. Well, the positive is he's going to go to a list, so he's not going to really impact anything, right? He's just going to go on IR. He won't count towards the 90, so he won't really impact anything. And honestly, if you're glass half full, look at it. Guys are going to get hurt during the year. So, like we saw last year, if it was a scenario similar to CD Deuce, because Dan Campbell did say, hey, we could get him back by the end of the year. He expects him to kind of battle to get back. It could be one of those situations where, hey, we lose a couple guys. All of a sudden, you get to, week 15, 16, and it's hold up. Emmanuel Mosley's coming back. And it's oh, thank goodness, we needed some cornerback depth. And then instead of scrambling, kind of like we did last year, let's hit the free agency and see who we can bring in and try to catch up to speed, Mosley will already know what to do. Potentially, if he gets healthy, boom, you just slide him right in. And then it's all right, there you go. Hey, that was better than what was available. So that's the positive side of it, and he's not counting towards the roster. So if he wasn't going to start anyways, then it's not really that big of a deal, I guess, right? I think he had the leg up to start. But if he wasn't going to, then, hey, this actually could work out really well for us on paper. Not for him. It stinks that he's hurt, but it could. Enes or Amik will play slot. I think so. I don't know. I think Amik Robertson probably will, if I had to guess week 1. But I think at some point, Rakestraw might take that over. I don't know. I mean, he's a rookie, so we'll see. But Dan Campbell spoke highly of Enes today. What's up, Patty? I see you. Daniel's in the building. Pro Gaming 390. I think you spelled gaming wrong. Hey, just straight up, I'm just putting it out there. I don't think you spelled gaming correctly. That's cool, though, because my spelling's not good either, so I'm not mad at you. Maybe that was, the only way you could. Thanks, stream. He was making plays today. Stephen Gilmore reporting. Wait, was there someone Stephen Gilmore? Was there someone Stephen Gilmore that I missed? I want to make sure. Oh, you're saying that could play slot too? I think it'd be interesting. I haven't seen Stephen Gilmore actually take reps there. I think it'd be interesting. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see where it would go, maybe. I mean, he's built like a slot, but I think play style wise, the Lions don't love it in the inside. They like him a lot more on the outside because he's so smooth. I know I spelled it wrong. See? Oh, no. Okay. All right. I would bet big for situational games. Okay, so let's just get into this. I didn't find a 4.5 minute clip like I had yesterday. So again, if y'all see something or you heard something that I don't talk about, let me know. And no one sent me anything on X. I was a little disappointed. I was all right, nobody sent me anything, so I don't got anything extra here. I just have what I was able to find, but I was able to find a lot. And, there's tons of stuff that we're missing, but there was also, it sounded like there was a lot of things that were better today versus yesterday. And even though a lot of this is being reported by the Giants side, so they're focused on their team. There's a lot of notes that will come out. They don't really say what the other side was doing. It's just what result they had, good or bad. So you kind of miss what the flip side was actually doing. That's understandable though. Lions did put out a highlight reel. I want to start with that just to start with some energy. We got a highlight reel by the Lions, and some of these plays that were reported on that they posted here, I think almost all of them were. So I want to start with that. What is this? I want to start with that just to get the energy going well. Put Vaki in the slot on defense. I mean, honestly, if he was going to play defensively, that might be the best spot for him. That could be the best spot for him. I wouldn't even be mad at that. If they were going to put him somewhere on defense, that'd probably be the best spot for him. His range for me would be very questionable at safety. I didn't think it was going to work at safety. Not to a starting level, but if there was a spot that it could work, slot might be the spot that it could work. He definitely would play the run. He'll play the run. Now, he might give up the edge a little bit because he had some major issues with that for whatever reason. Just hey, you're the force player, and then it's nope, he just spilled around you. So that would have to be good. That would have to be much better. But if there was a role, I would probably bet on that. So I'm not mad at that. Nick Cage from the movie Next, where he could tell the future. I highly recommend it. Ooh, I've never heard of that. You know what I was going to watch last night? I don't remember what it's called. I was about to tell you. I completely forgot. When will you be starting on the other channel with Micro Mike? Honestly, I don't know when that's popping off. They may have already started doing that. Right now, man, my schedule is just kind of jacked. But because we're doing 2-a-days right now, so I'm kind of like never home. However, once that kind of dies down and the season gets rolling, I'll be able to settle into a schedule much easier. Plus, schoolwork hasn't stopped yet, so yeah, it's a mess right now. I'm gonna be honest. That's why we're live right now. We shouldn't be live at 10:30, but that's where we're at right now. All right. So, anyways, I'm gonna go through these clips. We'll kind of react to some of these, but it sounded like the Lions started off better, especially in red zone drills. It sounds like the Lions also ran the ball really well today. Outside runs, like to the point where there was a Giants article that was like, "Yo, Giants run defense is a concern, especially on the edges. It's a concern." Now they have legitimate edge rushers for the first team, right? Kayvon, Brian Burns, who apparently was dealing with a ankle injury. Boogie Basham's one of their edge. I can pull up their depth chart. But anyways, they said, like, this is a concern. I'll give the Lions some flip. I'll flip that into some Lions credit here, right? We know we got Decker and Sewell leading the way. And no Kevin Zeitler means, I would assume, I didn't hear anything. I would assume it was still Michael Neese at guard. But I don't know. Maybe they rotated there a little bit. We'll get to see that in the preseason game. Obviously, these are Lions highlights, so these are all good plays. There was also some bad ones, and we'll look at those too because the Giants posted some of those, so we'll look at those. But the first one here is Lee McNeil winning. There was different reports on this for sure. One of them that I saw as a Lions website said that he charted every one-on-one between the Lions defensive line and the Giants O-line, which, hey, I think that was Tim Twentyman. Hey, yo. You the man for that. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't know what he was considering a win because he said he had a few draws, which I'm not really sure what a draw looks like. But regardless, he said he had the Lions winning 16 and the Giants winning 22. Now, I would think in general, well, absolutely. Like, hey, the defense, it's not 50-50, but it's not far off from 50-50. The offense should win much more than the defense does. A lot of times you only bring a 4-man rush versus 5 offensive linemen. But I guess that's different in a pure one-on-one. I would still think you'd want the offense to win more often than not. Like as a defender, if I have a one-on-one and he's winning 1 out of every 3, I'm probably feeling pretty good about that. I'm not feeling terrible about it. I want him to win more, but I'm not feeling bad about that. So offense, I would hope, is actually winning more consistently. But it is a pure one-on-one, which isn't really all that often normal unless maybe you're on the tackle position and there's just no help anywhere. However, he did say that Lee McNeil was dominant. He had him winning 3 of his 4 reps. There was actually a loss, and I think this may have been the only loss that was posted on the Giants thing. We'll look at that one. But this one was good. This one was good. Kind of the walk back. And then, you know, man, look, bro, Lee McNeil is so athletic. And when they started they posting this stuff, like, first off, man, this dude's into like a sprint immediately off the line. He is super quick off the line, what we're seeing. And then, man, he is flexible. He's strong in the lower body, like the balance here at the top of the rush. Obviously, he has the walk back. He's got everything going right here. Now, he's got the what? Now it's just about finishing the battle. And the other rep that he didn't win, which I think they posted, was one where he didn't finish. He couldn't get off the block, but he still had the knockback. He just couldn't finish on the play. But then you see something like this, and you see just kind of the flexibility, but also the core strength. Like, Lee McNeil looks super agile. So it was like the question last year, like, how is he going to hold up against the run? And then he did really well for the most part. And again, he looks like just a freaky athlete. Hope they don't practice Wednesday. No, they don't practice Wednesday. They don't. Yeah, like Michael said, they don't practice Wednesday from my understanding. That'll be a day off prepping for the game. We won't probably get any information from that. So tomorrow's going to be the roundtable episode over there. So I'll be alive on that side. And then, of course, Thursday's the game. Hopefully Lions do more stunts and twists this year in their 4-man rush packages. I don't know what Dan was talking about exactly, but he said Monday. He said Monday that, well, he said about Monday that he felt like there was some good pass rush packages that they had. I don't know if they were running games or they were just, here's like our package of our best pass rushers in an obvious pass down situation. I don't know. Like, we know they do a lot of the kind of like, what was it last year? I think a lot of it last year would be like the TE stunts, if I remember right, where they would kind of just collapse on the offensive tackle and then crash back inside. I think that's what they utilized a lot last year. If I'm remembering correctly, I think that was a lot of like the stunt that they would do. So I don't know. Maybe they get beyond that. The tricky thing with them is they don't play the spy. So, you know, every time they do that, they have to kind of like make sure that they're not giving up a allowing the quarterback to take off. What Aleem did to that dude was just straight up bullying. Yeah, that was nasty. That was nasty. And even if that was the one, and we'll show it, the one that he actually lost, he was still like won halfway. So Aleem sounded like he was dominant. I think most sources said that. Then they had this St. Brown play, which I don't know what's exactly happening here, to be honest. It looks like he scored a touchdown. But the report was that it started off with, in team drills, Jamison Williams, which I posted here, made a nice move on Andrew Phillips. We'll see that one. Jahmyr Gibbs had a big run, and then Amon-Ra St. Brown had a drag, which led to a big game. But they said it was on the left sideline, so this would have been this shouldn't have been it. This was on the right sideline, unless it was just backwards. This pass. Okay, we got to stop here. Timeout. Timeout, dog. Caden Davis doing work. So, well, I read Fountain. He's still getting first-team reps, right, which is expected. He's been getting that. Caden Davis now getting first-team reps. And apparently he had a touchdown today on the one broken coverage, according to the Giants reporters that were focusing on their defense. One broken coverage defensively was Caden Davis. I don't remember. What was the play? Maybe did I have it on here? It was... I don't remember why it was set up. I heard it was I heard it was Jahmyr Gibbs that took the attention of the defense, and because of that, they said he ran a route on the backfield. I don't know why that would completely shift the back end. I mean, I guess if it's zone maybe, but I don't know what that would be. Regardless, though, I guess the thought was Gibbs took a lot of the attention, and to hit Caden Davis for a skinny post touchdown, it was a blown coverage. But then I see a play like this, and this is not blown coverage. I don't know what drill this is in. But this was a contested grab here for Caden Davis. I don't know what this was exactly. Maybe this was red zone drills or something. Man, I'm telling you, bro. Caden Davis getting first-team reps has me fired up, dude. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all. Hey, Caden Davis is about to go crazy in the preseason. That is my – hey, y'all were asking for a prediction. That's my prediction. Caden Davis is going to stand out all preseason. This dude's going to be big time, man. Because we would point out the specific clips the Lions would post during training camp. You're like, yo, the timing is there. They're trusting this guy. And I'm so grateful that the Lions apparently are giving him opportunities to work with Jared Goff and work with the first team offense. And they're allowing guys to work into that because Fountain's gotten that role and he's did his time with the first team and he's produced. But it will allow Caden Davis to kind of work his way up is awesome. In my 53, and this was, what day was this? This was last week. I think this was I don't know. It was middle of the week last week. And I had Caden Davis making the 53-man roster. I may have went a little bit too deep at receiver, but I was like, I think Caden Davis can make it because I think he's going to light up the preseason. So this is exciting. And obviously he's got to produce. Like I said, I think it's all going to come down to who produces in the preseason. But, bro, Caden Davis, we see you, dog. We see you, dog. Okay, what is this? This was an interception. I didn't see this reported anywhere. I mean, it's not like something crazy seemingly happened here. It looks like the ball just bounced off the hands of the receiver. So it was tipped up into the air. But Brian Branch did what he does best. Excellent ball skills. Takes the football away. Oh, I didn't even notice. He tipped that thing to himself. I didn't even notice that the first time. Okay, so he misplayed it, but he focused and then he finished. That was kind of weird. That was kind of weird, to be honest. I could see how it'd be a little bit weird tracking that once the ball gets into the air. But he was on it. He just didn't have his hands open, and it tipped off his hands. Then he caught it, so it's good focus. Brian Branch, this reminds me of, so I was looking back to see the plays that he played at safety, and I think we showed this one. I probably had the clip saved over here. The interception that he had against New Orleans, where he ball was tipped up, and he scooped down with one hand and picked it off, and it was what the heck was that? Bro, that's what this play reminded me of, seeing this from Brian Branch, taking the football away in the back end. And if you guys remember, we all remember, we had good safety play for years, I feel with Tracy Walker and, recently Kirby Jones. We've had good safety play, even going back to, when we had dude from Baltimore, I can't think of his name, but we had good safety play. We were really solid in the back end. But one thing that we really did lack, Deshaun Elliott. We did lack guys that would consistently take the ball away. And then here comes Kirby Joseph, first year, and he's taking the ball away left and right. It's oh, we got it. Now, he didn't do it as much last year. He missed a lot of time, though. But Brian Branch, getting back to getting guys that are going to take the football away. Right, we talk about the flexibility and can you do this? Can you play man? All of these things, run support, blitz. But guys that just simply take the ball away from the safety position, Kirby kind of ignited that. And Brian Branch, in the very limited reps, proved that he could take the ball away. I mean, it was squeezing down on routes, even when he wasn't coming away with an interception. And it was just the focus that he played with as soon as the ball went into the air. So that's probably something that actually has the Lions really excited, is the potential they feel when things like that happen, that he could take the ball. I mean, that's how Kansas City was sparked, right? I mean, Kansas City was sparked by Brian Branch off the receiver's hands. Ball got tipped to him, and he took it back to the house. finishing on those plays. And we had a lot of times, you guys remember at the safety position, where it was like, oh, we dropped it. We dropped the pick. Brian Branch seems to finish most of the time. He seems to take the ball away when the ball's in the air. I missed Sean Elliott. Sean Elliott was cool, man. And he's got another job. I think he's a starter again this year. I don't remember where, but I think he's a starter. And then what else do we see on this play? Let me make sure I'm not missing anything cool here. So we got the interception. It looks like, who is that? Now that I thought, okay, so I saw Enos on this play, but I don't know where he was at, to be honest. So this is 7-on-7. This is 7-on-7 here. Is this Khalil Dorsey? Hold up. So we got Khalil Dorsey out there. Seemingly Khalil Dorsey at the bottom, mixing in there with, who is this? Enos Rakestraw. We got an interesting lineup here. 51. Is that Ben Neiman? Got an interesting lineup here defensively. This was nice. This looked nice. Bro, St. Brown's hands are so strong. Talk about focus. Like, to finish through contact here, and then still just, he's like completely focused on, like, let me get my feet down. Yet he holds on to the football there. That's just St. Brown, though. That's just what he do. There's Maurice Alexander. Now, I mean, there wasn't much with this play. It looked cool, though. We see you, Sudfeld. Hey, apparently Hendon Hooker worked with the second team. I don't know if Nate Sudfeld, like, if there was a rotation or not, but I don't know if they, like, went back and forth. But clearly there's still a rotation because apparently Hendon Hooker worked with the second team today by a Giants report. I don't know that was all day, but the only reason I read that is because they said Hendon Hooker was sacked with the second team offense. So I assume that he was working with the second team. So we are maybe still seeing some of the back and forth, even though it seemed like Sudfeld was kind of taking that over. Still a little bit of back and forth. Bears is a thorn in our side. Yeah, Bears are going to be tough, man. I think Bears are going to be tough. Is he still in Miami? He may be in Miami. He may be. Nice truth. The Steelers are oh, is he in Pittsburgh? Okay, I might have missed something there. I don't know. I think Ellie is with my Steelers. Okay, yeah, okay, there you go. I see it. Brian everywhere all at once. Branch. Facts, bro. Brian Branch is big time, dude. Hey, put a 1 in the chat if y'all got a Brian Branch, any kind of like Brian Branch memorabilia. All right, if y'all got a shirt, if y'all got a jersey, if you plan to. If there was like a safe player to bet on to get some kind of like merch for, I think outside of, St. Brown and Hutch, it would be Brian Branch. Like, that would be the player. That would be the safest one. And then, okay, Jahmyr Gibbs with this nice grab. So they said he took the attention of the defense. Then he did this. And there was actually a really nice, like, little thing that was put here. Oh, okay, I see you. There was actually, like, a nice thing that was kind of broken down here. I didn't copy the numbers, but we all saw it last season, right? Dave Montgomery played a lot of the third downs for us, and a lot of times it was just simply for pass protection. Now, that's not to say he was only a pass protection guy, because, like, again, against Chicago comes to mind. We come back in that game, and he was just, he was just running little curls out of the backfield, and he was sitting down, settling down 3 yards, do something after the catch. And he was huge, and he basically led that entire comeback on his own, running the ball and pass catching. But apparently Jahmyr Gibbs making a big-time impact for the Lions in pass protection, and that would lead to an expanded opportunity on third downs, which, again, coming out of the draft, that was expected. Like, he's going to be such a big third down piece for us. And then he had moments, like we started to see the expansion. I felt like later in the season we started to see that grow, but it never really got to the point of what I expected. But we know you have to be able to pass protect to be out there in those situations. And today it sounds like there was a major steps taken forward, a lot of pass protection work, and that the Lions are kind of, again, expanding that opportunity to be like, hey, now you got to start taking over this role. But this also kind of makes sense as like a natural progression, because this is kind of what the Lions do everywhere, right? Like, they don't immediately a lot of times put guys right into the fire, seemingly, if they already have someone that's good in that role. Like, having Dave Montgomery was a very good pass protector, and he pass catches well. He had a touchdown today, they said, to start, was that red zone drills? Yeah, they started red zone drills with a touchdown over the shoulder wheel route to David Montgomery. And Montgomery can pass. He's not as dynamic after the catch and maybe some of the route running separation, but he's very good in pass run. We know he's got hands. So the Lions kind of just leaned on that while, like, hey, let's bring Jahmyr Gibbs along. And they do that at a lot of spots. Kind of like you think of J-Mo, right? They had other pieces that would do other things, and now J-Mo is like, yo, full route tree. You got to open up a lot of this. It's seemingly, right? Derek Barnes, those kind of things. So now being in year 2, expect an expansion there. But I bring that up because it's like the Lions don't rush guys right into it. So sometimes, like, we as fans I personally probably have to just be a little more patient with things like that, because when we drafted him, I was like, this guy is going to be special as a pass catcher. That was my favorite category of his game. And it was like, well, wait a minute, what are we doing? We're not using him enough. But this year may be that year where that happens, reason why he's running receiver routes. They're expecting that. They're going to have him in there in pass protection. And this is kind of like that natural progression. Do you think Vaki might see more time now that Mosley's injured? So that's interesting. So someone else brought that up. Hey, put him in the slot. I mean, there's flexibility there. So I haven't personally seen him play defense at all. I haven't even seen him do drills with the defense. So personally, I would say no. I think that I would assume that they're going to just try to stick him to a spot they believe that he's going to be and just leave him there. Now, on paper, it would make sense. It would make sense to maybe give him reps there, try to see if there's a role that you potentially like slot corner, and then knowing that Craig Reynolds and Jamar Jefferson, you like those two guys. Sounds like Jefferson did good today. There was a touchdown that he scored, which was a highlight clip. But I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't bet on it. I don't think, because I haven't seen it at all in training camp, I don't think they'll move him. I think they're going to completely just leave him at running back, and he's just going to only rep that because they want to transition him to the running back, and I think it's just that simple. They just want him to be a running back. So they're going to let him just take all of his reps there to get comfortable and bring him along. And again, it's the same thing, right? Vaki, super high on what he can be as a pass catching back, but my patience probably needs to be there in the sense of like, yo, Lions are not going to rush him into this. They have guys they like. There's no reason to. Now we're seeing Craig Reynolds, another guy, big-time pass-catching background, at Touchdown, big-time pass-catching back. I think was he playing receiver? I think he was playing back, but he may have been playing receiver, actually. And, it's like, hey, we have these guys. We're not going to rush Sione Vaki into it. We're going to give him his time to feel comfortable because he had no pass protection essentially experience at all, and just running back in general is completely new. So I don't think so. All right, long-winded answer, I don't think so. Isn't the preseason where you kind of play around with things? Look, man, I agree. I just don't think they will because, like, if they were cross-training him in practice, I would say 100%. But I think that, like, because they haven't at all, I don't think they would put him out there on the defensive side. I'm not saying they couldn't. Like, you could definitely do it. I just don't think they will at all because they haven't practiced. From what I've seen, now maybe they are behind the scenes now, and it's like, hey, they're testing out to see what it looks like. And if they are going to, it's going to happen now because of the Emmanuel Mosley injury. But I really don't think so. I really don't think so. Anyway, let me see. So we had the Gibbs play. This was the one that was. I don't remember what this. This one was, what drill was this in? I think this was team drills. This was team drills. They said J-Mo, Jahmyr Gibbs, and St. Brown all made big plays here, and this was J-Mo's. This one makes me think of the Vikings play. What I like about, because like J-Mo, I mean, he's just slamming on the brakes here. And if you guys remember the Vikings one, we made like two guys miss on the side. It was nasty. What the heck? He has that in his game? It's like, obviously, transition speed is huge for Jameson. Like, hey, we got to speed up. Like, let's get into the run after catch. And this looks good here. But, like, how fast he's able to just kind of, like, deaden right there after. I mean, that's disgusting. And that's the thing that he was doing. That's what opens up his, like, route variety to me, too, especially getting off the line. Because he was doing things like this. Like, he could just hit the brakes, boop, and just stop. I mean, that's. And obviously, you always over-pursue J-Mo because as soon as he catches it, you're like, oh, shoot, he's going to take off. I got to get on top of it. So you over-pursue. You're racing to try to catch up to the guy. So if he's run away from you like this, where it seems like it was a flat route out of a motion, so they probably had fast motion, put him in the flat. You're trying to catch up to him. All of a sudden, you can just, boop, stop. I mean, that's nasty. That's nasty. And it's weird, too, because he doesn't really bend a ton, but he's able to kind of just, like, drop his weight. He just sinks his weight, puts it on his toes, and he's done. It's pretty incredible to see stuff like that, that flexibility that he has, and then he creates more after the catch there. So, just expanding his game. And then this was the Jahmyr Gibbs big run. I don't know what this one was. They did say that part of the beginning team drills was a big run down the right side of the offensive line that could have been this play, and that's why like some of the Giants reports was like, yo, our run defense is a concern, which makes me excited because, I'd read a thing where they're like, yo, the Lions, haven't really popped in training camp running the football. Now, everybody's got their own perspective on things. I thought Dave Montgomery looked awesome in training camp. But in fairness, the flip side was I talked about a lot, like, hey, the defensive front's doing their thing against the run, specifically second and third team. However, it sounds like a lot of this offensively, maybe it was all groups, maybe it was just first team, I don't know. But anytime they're giving the other team trouble, I'll give us some love too back, and it makes sense, especially if it was more so the first team, because I thought they were really impactful in training camp, but not as much the second and third team. And then we had, but still, apparently Brian Burns, they said he had a couple tackles for losses. Tackles for losses? Why'd I say it like that? Dexter Lawrence, they said, had a TFL. they said it was Giants reporter said it was kind of back and forth there. And I think they said Brian Burns had a couple TFLs. So I don't know. I guess it just depends on who you read from. But it sounds like the Lions did more good than bad as rushing the football. And then this was the Terion Arnold. This was the one that started the fight actually right after this. This is why, bro. And this is the same thing. It's consistency with Terion, man. These same plays that we were looking at at training camp for us, like him playing through the ball but not arriving early, like not grabbing here, but then playing through the hands. And the athlete that he is at the catch point, bro, like he's launching. I mean, you can't even see the ball as a receiver here. So even though he's not really in a position to actually take the football away, he still is making this extremely difficult to catch without having to grab, and he's confident in himself that he's not grabbing on the receiver to get up there. This is the kind of thing that I like because this translates. He was doing this in college. He's done this in training camp, and now he's doing the same thing against somebody else. I love that. I love that confidence that he plays with. That makes him play faster. St. Brown had his touchdown here. They said, what was this one in? I think they said this one was in red zone, I believe, because they said 2 of the first 3 plays were touchdowns for the Lions. They said 2 of the first 3 were touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs had the touchdown run from the 10-yard line. 3 of their 6 plays were touchdowns, but 2 of their first 3 were touchdowns. I believe this was one of them. Was this a touchdown actually? Hold up. Now I'm seeing it. I don't even know if he's in the end zone here. That's not a touchdown. That's just a play over the middle of the field. Take that back. This is not the play. This is just a play, which is great. Attack middle field. This is not a touchdown, though. I don't think so. Hey, look at Okereke, though. My boy is flying. He had the pick yesterday. Dude's flying. Sounds good. Hey, we didn't have a pick to the linebacker room. Right by the linebacker's ear. That's a tight window, man. That's what you love saying because he's willing to do that. And then Jefferson apparently made a guy miss. I don't know that this was the play, but they said he made a guy miss and scored. This may have been the play. Making a guy miss there. Or not scored, excuse me, but made a guy miss on a run that should have been a lot shorter, turned into a big run. So this may have been that play. I'm not sure exactly. Hopefully it wasn't because then that means he had 2 good plays. But Jefferson, man, I'm telling you, bro. You can't count out Jefferson, man. They like him. Woo, look at that. Hold on, I didn't even see this one. Oh, snap. See, in real life, bro, they might not tackle him here. I mean, if they probably do. Well, I don't know if we're for sure on that. My man skipped right through. I don't know. He's in the air, so he's probably going down. But, I mean, we don't know. We don't know. There's a hole. Let me see this. I don't know if they're making the tackle there, man. I mean, now the DB's probably smacking him. But, I mean, he slipped through there. We see you. So that was the Lions highlight reel. I don't think there's anything else on here. And then I'll go to the Giants thing, which was a lot more bad for the Lions that they posted. But we'll look at it because it's a video. Brian Burns is a stud. Brian Burns is a stud. He was always good with the Panthers. And, yeah, that defensive line's tough, man. They look, credit to the Giants, bro. They said they wanted to build through the trenches. They did that. They absolutely built through the trenches. They tried to. Illuminor was a big free agent move, and John Runyon. And then, you already have your other tackle whose name's slipping my mind right now. But, yeah, they Andrew Thomas. And yet, defensive line's nasty on paper. I mean, I'm not like the highest on Dexter Lawrence, but when you put him next to Kayvon and Brian Burns, that's nasty. It's nasty. They just need to get it out of their DBs. And, they said Nick McLeod had a pass breakup. So this was a video we didn't see. They said Nick McLeod had a pass breakup on a in-breaking route, which I always consider like a dig route, on Jameson Williams. That concerns me a little bit, even though I didn't see anything. Just because, again, that's the route tree he's going to have to open. And that's something that we saw that was inconsistent last year, creating separation. Against zone, he was good there. But man coverage, that a little bit concerning. However, Nick McLeod, we know he's a physical corner. Nick McLeod's been a good corner. He wears the weird number 44, but he's a good corner. They said he had a PBU on Jameson Williams running an in-breaking route. So I hear that. I'm a little bit concerned with it a little bit, because I want to see them open that up. But, he's going to have to. It's just he's going to have to open that part of his game up, I think, to get to that next level because it's just such a big part of our offense. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Okay, I think we can go to the other clips. Leak going crazy. Oh, Nabers. Man, what was the report? The one Giants guy said Malik Nabers has gotten 17 targets and he's caught 16 of them. And he said 2 of them were contested today. And he said yesterday, what did he say? Yesterday was 8 of 8. So today he had 9 targets or something. Wait, that's not right. Yeah, that's right. 9 targets. Maybe one of them was incomplete, something like that. So, I don't know if that's accurate or not, but that's what they said. Pretty much every time they're throwing to Malik Nabers, he's coming down with the football. We don't know what all these routes are. We saw the one clearly today that he didn't, so maybe that was the only incomplete pass to Terion. And then they showed the one completion to Malik Nabers, and I have that clip. We'll pull that one up. There was the one completion they did show. But even that, like, it was a incredible grab. But it was also still like, hey, I'm not terribly mad at the coverage because he did make him work for it. Like that would consider that an absolute contest. And I'll take that. All right, so this is Dexter Lawrence is a monster. He's solid. He ain't no Lee McNeil. You know what I mean? Dexter Lawrence is fine. He's a good player. I wouldn't consider him a monster, though. I never got to that point with Dexter, and I think was it Dexter Lawrence? Let me say this. I like Dexter Lawrence more than Leonard Williams, so I'll give you that. I wouldn't put him, like, in the top, though, for the interior defensive lineman. He's very good, though. He's very good. I wouldn't put him, like, at the top level, though. Not personally. Not yet. But obviously I'm not watching other games. I think that was for, I don't remember why, but I remember watching Dexter Lawrence for something. That stuff for the quarterback next read when it's live. If we do that, we're a completely different team than last year. That alone, we're a different team than last year. If we do that in man coverage, we're completely different this year. Hey, we got a chance, man. Our defense is going to take massive strides. I'm telling y'all, we're going to take massive strides because you're going to see even some of these losses that they showed, pass rushing, like you're still forcing the quarterback to move. And the thing is, like, if I can get the quarterback to move, but then also not be able to get to his first read, now he's going to struggle to get to that second read depending on where the second one is. And then obviously you have everybody else working. So if I can get any kind of other push, and I'm going to spill him out of that, and all of a sudden there's nowhere to go with football. Like, as a whole, bro, we just have to force guys to get past their first read. That alone. Let's just force guys to get past their first read. And if we do that, bro, we're winning the Super Bowl. That's such a blanket statement, though. It's not fair to say that. But truly, like, that's the step that we need to take in coverage. So, like, that's why I say, like, okay, so you're going to play teams like the Giants, who Malik Nabers, he's going to be their go-to. At very least, because the ball's going to go there probably regardless, make it contested, right? We just want these guys to have to work for it. We don't want guys wide open. Make them work for it. Like, I can live with it. You know, you go back to because here's the thing. Teams, I don't think, it's different in the NFL, but you're not going to consistently get beat. You'll have great quarterbacks, like we saw with the Rams, when Stafford came in. He had some really good contested, passes, which was like, I don't know what you're supposed to do with that. Unless you make a play on the football, like, he just throwing it where only his guy can get it. You're going to get those throws, but more often than not, I will take a team trying to beat me with contested receptions against man coverage because you're going to get beautiful throws. Like I remember Jordan Love had that one on Brian Branch, and it was covered well. Jaden Reed scored the slant touchdown. But if you told me that, like, hey, that's the result 10 times, I'd take that. Because I don't think 10 times that's going to be a reception. That ball's got to be where it's supposed to be. It's got to be on time. It's got to be on the money. And then he has to finish through contact. Like, bro, so many of our plays, like, we just got to make guys work for the ball in man coverage. That's it. Because zone, guys are open. If you have time, guys are going to get open. And there's holes in zone coverage. Man coverage, we just got to make them work. And that's what man can bring out. We can make guys work for receptions. And I didn't feel like zone consistently we were able to do that. When you guys saw it, we weren't consistently able to make guys work for receptions in zone coverage. And it's great to have the balance. A lot of teams play zone now, so there's nothing wrong with that. But the Lions have to be able to lean on something else as well. They have to be able to change the pace. That's all we're looking for. Hey, I appreciate you, AJ. You got to be on ESPN soon, bro. Man. ESPN got up on the show. I don't know what I was going with. Hey, yo, straight up. I don't know what I was going. Man, do you watch ESPN, AJ? Are you an ESPN guy? What's your favorite segment, man? Or, like, show that they have? Contested catches mean tips. That's it, man. Just get the ball in the air. Because, like we saw, every time the ball's in the air, here's what we know. Now, watch this. We just seen a clip, Brian Branch's pick. Every time the ball's in the air, Brian Branch is probably going to come down with it if it's in this area. But think about what we also have. Carlton Davis had a pick yesterday. Length, he takes the ball away. He does that. Usually gets his hands on a lot of footballs. Doesn't always come with all the interceptions for how many hands he gets the football. Jack Campbell, as soon as the ball's in the air, is excellent. Jack Campbell is excellent. Like, go back to Iowa, man. That dude had the ball skills where if, like, the ball's in his area, he's going to finish. And we have guys that are built to finish with the ball in the air. So I think that's a great comment that, yes, bro, just make people work for it. Put the ball in the air. Kirby takes the ball. We got a lot of dudes that will take the ball away when the opportunity arises because we got dudes with ball skills. Terion has big time. Okay, this sounds crazy. Terion has big time, ball skills. He does. He had him in college. I think his last season he had 5 interceptions. Like, Terrence going to take the football away, man. That's what we got right now. We haven't always had that. We got dudes with a track record of, like, they're going to take the ball away and the ball's in the air. Simple as that. They're going to take the ball away. The only guy that doesn't, honestly, is Enos, and yet Enos has 2 interceptions in training camp, which is like, all right, hey, look, bro, if you're doing it, do it. And maybe it's different because, you know, from slot, maybe it's like, hey, these things, you know, he can take the ball away more often. I think with his length, though, Enos just is going to get his hand on the football a lot with his length from the slot. I don't know how often he's going to come up with the football, but he's going to get his hands on a lot of footballs. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Okay, I don't know what this play. Okay, this is, what is this one? This was a beautiful route by Malik. I mean, Terion still made him work, which I'm cool with. So we saw the Terion, you know, force the completion, which was nice. We didn't get to see the whole rep. It looks like maybe he's playing inside leverage right outside the numbers. How many we got here? We got 4. 1, 2, 3. We got 5. There's Barnes on the line of scrimmage. So we got Barnes on the line. Got a backer. We got 7, 8, 9. I think we only have 1 deep safety here. Yeah, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we'd have 1 deep safety likely on this play. It looks like the Lions are going straight man coverage here because you could see Carlton Davis drive down. Probably cover 1. Let's watch this through, actually, because I haven't really looked at this play like that deep. They got a little blitz here. They picked that up pretty well, actually, though. Yeah, cover 1, and you got Kirby Joseph as your free safety, which, you know, that's probably where we want him. Why is this thing loading? Hold up. I'm going to have to reload this thing. It froze on me. All right, we'll get that thing reloaded. You can see Kirby come in late. All right, I should have let it play through before I was trying to. Here, let me let that thing reload. Oh, shout out to who is this? Probably Detroit. I don't know who this is. This SB Nation. Shout out. Okay, so yeah, this was a lot of Giants clips, but they had like everything here, so I was like, let's. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right, I was trying to see what else is going on because they picked up the blitz well. It seems like we brought a 5-man rush. There's a little game here. We know Lions love to bring their off-ball backers. They bring Alex. Here comes Barnes. They dropped out Hutchinson, which this is what they love to do. So they get the 5-man rush. They just drop out Hutch on the backside. They picked it up, though. Let's see Barnes. Is Barnes going to work here? There's Levi. Levi apparently had a team sack today. Levi did some work. It sounds like there was some good and bad there from Levi in one-on-ones. He also got, I guess, kicked out of practice. Not kicked out of practice. Took off the field by Dan Campbell at one point because he was getting into it with other guys. I mean, if we go back to Levi's introductory, that doesn't surprise me at all. That's kind of how he is, and he's out there, and he's excited to be out there. So there's a little game here, right? They try to collapse down on the tackle, and they try to springboard Derek Barnes to crash inside right here, to loop back inside, but their guard picked that up. Levi didn't really hold that well. Yeah, they picked it up pretty well here. And then Alex got picked up by the back. And I don't think Alex is a great blitzer anyway. He's okay. I don't think he's a great blitzer, though. He doesn't really have much of a go-to. So then you drop out Hutch. But anyway, so yeah, cover 1. And he's playing inside leverage, right? So he's trying to push him to the sideline. This is nasty, though, for Malik. I do still really like the patience from Terion. You know, he gets a little flat-footed and wide there, and he tries to kind of stab. Use it. See, but he's using the right technique, right? Inside arm, inside foot, and you can see it right here. He's using the right arm. He's trying not to give up the inside, so he's not giving up the slant. Boom, right here's the inside arm. This is just nasty from Malik, though. Like how, oh my gosh, that is shifty. That is shifty, bro. He's getting out of that, like, that's nasty. That's shifty. There's the hand that misses. He tries to transition out, and you can see that the burst there from Malik, he just created a little bit of separation. Didn't get that connection. Got a little wide and flat. Boom. There's that separation, so now he doesn't have that contact to slow him down. This is what Jefferson will do, so this is great work because Justin Jefferson does the same thing, man. Gets a little bit outside, gets a little bit of that shoulder dip, it gets skinny, and all of a sudden you can't get contact on him right here, and then he's off. He's off, man, so he just takes one step. But what I do like from Terion, he's not looking back for the ball. He still stays locked in, plays through the hands. He's just a step back. Like this, I said, I will live with this. Now, the balls probably could have been maybe placed a little bit better. Honestly, I mean, probably could have been placed better. But I'll live with this, right? He playing through the hands like this, making him work for this ball. I'll take that. I'll take that. As long as he's making him work for it, I'll take it. I think more times than that, we'll take that. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Kirby here. Yeah, Daniel Jones is a nice stop. He looked it off middle field, got to it, you know, because you're playing the 3 receiver, you're playing the trip side. So he's probably looking into the number 2 here. You get that crosser. And then he has to try to work back out of it, so he's a step late. He still covered a lot of ground, though. And I'll live with that. I'll live with that. Why no jam at the line? Probably just the technique he's playing. I mean, you know, he's not – is he playing pedal here? So he's not playing pedal. Looks like he's playing a little more catch here. Probably just a different technique they're playing. I don't know if that they'll consistently ask their guys to do this. You know, sometimes. Also, I don't know if he's got to be on the line of scrimmage. Take that back. Unless there's a tight end here. Yeah, he's got to be on the line of scrimmage. So I don't know. Definitely could have, seemingly, by the way they're lined up. But I guess that's not the technique that they were playing. You know, they wanted him to play a little bit more catch, it looks like here. So he's kind of letting the route develop, and then he just works with him. But even that, like I said, I'll take that. Dude is nasty for sure. Good for Arnold to be getting these looks. This is like big time. Shout out to Malik. I mean, he's a dog, bro. He's a dog. He was a dog in college. This is it. This is who you need to face because it's not like, you know, oh, hey, now you got to deal with Justin Jefferson. It's going to get easier. Like, nope, it's just going to get even more difficult. So, yeah, go face the best right away. Get beat up in practice. Be forced to show your mental toughness and forced to find a way to fight back. That way, you're prepared for it. You know, that's what we're looking for, okay? Also, we're going to keep rolling through. We got a lot of these clips to look through. We're going to look through these. I'm also going to give a quick little shout out to our sponsor of today's live stream, man. Shout out to BetUS, man, for the second straight year and throughout this NFL season. BetUS is going to be sponsoring this channel. So if you guys are doing sports betting, sports gambling, casino games, those kind of things, use that top link in the description. Let's hear from Michael Vick about BetUS. Again, top link in the
Michael
description.
Vick here at BetUS.com. Get it all. Huge bonuses, great odds, a race book, live in-game betting, and a casino. BetUS, my online sports book and casino.
My man said I like these late night shows. Yes, sir, Shane. Hey, I'm glad you like them. Hey, I don't really have a choice, but I'm glad you like them. That's awesome. So, yeah, shout out to BetUS, man. Top link in the description. We'll shout them out again a little bit later as we continue here. But anyways, so that's the first one, and then we had the Malik Nabers one. Okay, honestly, I'm going to show this again because this one shows the fight. This one shows the fight. Let me see. Is this the fight? Yeah, it is the fight. I we got to see the fight. Honestly, bro, I can't really see with the... Oh, hold up. See, they cut this one off early. Man, why is it... Hold up. I don't know why it keeps resetting like that. Hold up. For some reason, it's like freezing when it resets. Let me go back down to this. Is this the right one? Okay. There's no music over this one, which is nice. Dude, oh my... Okay, stop. Holy. Okay. All right. Someone said you should squeeze him. Well, here you go. Here's some squeeze in here. Yeah, not being too grabby. Plays the hands. I love that. But then we get the fight. Right here. See, but I get it, though. Like, because I don't know what Malik's doing, bro. They were probably talking crap and stuff. But this, yeah, honestly, it looks like Kirby went up to try to say something to him. Maybe Kirby had something to say to him. And then he kind of bopped him in the face. Kirby was taking none of that. Kirby was not playing, dog. Oh, my gosh. Yo, my man was having none of that, bro. Oh, hey, that went 0 to 100. What coach is in the way? This guy? I don't know who that is. I don't know. All right, we'll move on with that one because that was just 45 seconds of them fighting. We'll move on with that one. That thing went crazy, though. That thing. There you go. Okay, what is this play? What is this? Anybody? These are usually Giants highlights. Oh, this is actually a really good angle of it. I didn't see this one before. So this is the play the Lions posted, but we actually get to see the play. So it was what we just said it was. What I thought it was. Fast motion, jet motion, fast motion, slot, chasing in man coverage. See, okay, guys, I'm going to stop this because the Lions were working on this in training camp. As boring as it was, the one day where I had like nothing to talk about, this is what they were working on. Now, they weren't using the motion, but they were working on the same two-man like setup so that they could rub these routes against man. So it's the same kind of idea that they were working here. You see this route from the wide receiver, the number one. This was exactly what they were working on. Stacking behind him. We see all these all the time, these little two-man games, and then break him out. Now you got separation. Now all of a sudden the cornerback's trying to recover. And again, with J-Mo's speed, like he's got a race to get on top, and that allows him to do that. That's just also understanding the setup, though, I think, from J-Mo. Like knowing, like, hey, we're doing this. My first move should be this. Oh, here we go. A little Jake Bates update. Jake Bates at joint, 6 for 9. Missed from 46, 50, and 50. Made from 34. They said he finished 2 for 3. So I don't know the order here, but, 6 for 9 is not great. That's not a great statistic. So that needs to be better. All right, this is not the right article. It's not the right article. Let me find the right one. I got the other one pulled up somewhere here with all the giant. Oh, here it is. Okay, these are all Giants highlights, but we'll do it anyway, just because Kirby landed one real good one, regardless of helmet or not. Hey, my man went crazy. What is this? Streams only. What is this comment? Lion versus Lion money bag, and then a guy with the mustache. All right, I don't know what that means. Aaron Rodgers' daddy ain't. Facts though. Oh, you talking about the JMO one? Let me see that one again. I thought this was the right website. There's only like 3 clips on here. Let's see. Oh shoot, hold up. Hopefully that's not playing. That's super copyright, man. I think they only really posted this for the fight. All right, the clip is gone. That's good. I don't know where it is. All right, we'll find it. I don't know what happened. Anyways, let's go to these ones. Keep doing your thing. Hey, I appreciate you, David. Thanks for being here, man. Okay, let's on in New York right here. Boom. They had also notes on here. I mean, we could read through some of these, bro. What are these ads? Y'all need to stop. This is, jeez. Okay, there was actually one win in here they put for us. This is hard to see. They put Davenport. All right, couple things, man. First off, I don't like Davenport in stand-up. Maybe he's more comfy there. I don't know. He did at UTSA. I don't like it. I like his hand in the dirt. I don't like him playing stand-up. Whatever, man. I don't like it. It's hard to see what's going on here. I can't really... Can I zoom in on this? No, I can't. I tried the control thing, though. I tried. But they have him here working against that left tackle. I don't like him stand-up because I feel like that first step just ain't as impactful. At least he didn't have like a false step, though. He just took off his right foot. He already had the weight shifted towards that right foot, so he got off on his left foot here. He's a little tall. But you can see him kind of like try to set up, boom, and then burst. And then he wants to turn and then kind of create the bull rush opportunity. I just like him more foot in the ground. I hand the dirt. I just think he explodes much better off the line there. You can see him try to kind of transition speed to power. Tackle is patient, though. Like, it didn't really open itself up. There's a stab outside, but he stays square to the line, so it never really opened itself up. But what you do see, though, just how strong Davenport is, because even though he kind of walled that off, still the second effort, like, to get into his body, the strength then to rip back through and kind of spill the quarterback. This wasn't a clean win. And this is what I was saying. Like, Marcus Davenport had a lot of, like, pressure that weren't even clean wins. But he was just such a menace, man, because he was so powerful, so strong. The contact balance, he was never, like, super shifty or agile, right? But the contact balance was always so big time, so he could just continue to fight through reps. Play like that, that's not even that clean, but he still kind of spills the quarterback out. Like, guess who you're spilling that to, man? You push that quarterback back, you're spilling it right to Hutch. And that's all Lions want. So, like, I think they're fine with that. They're okay with the ones that aren't clean wins as long as he's collapsed the pocket a little bit. As long as he's forced the quarterback to step back, slide the other side. If he's doing that, I think Aaron Glenn and those guys are going to be happy because their vision is just push the pocket, Hutch will win on the edge. Like that kind of, or James or Houston. Like we trust Hutch. We want to spill everything to that right tackle. We want Hutch to play your right tackle so he's not as good. I mean, there you go. And then the left side, bro, just collapse the pocket, and that's what you're here for. And then this one, they showed him he went off sides. Is this still Davenport? I think it is. So this one, hand the ground, went off sides. So he's like, nah, forget that. I'm standing up again. So I don't know. Maybe he's more comfortable standing up. I get it. I don't know. I didn't think he would be, but maybe he is. So, and this was Andrew Thomas. Keep that in mind. Really good tackle here. See, I don't know. I never liked this. But anyways, Andrew Thomas, I like that he's got a little more bend here. Then he kind of rises on him. Boom. Tries to set up a same look out of it. And this time, instead of turning the corner with that jab, he then tries to get back inside on him. Tackle stays square, though. But look how strong he is, man. Like, he gets punched in the chest, and he just sticks with this. He's low. He's strong in the lower body, man. He's never been that shifty or agile. But y'all see how he just keeps working? This is what you're going to get, like, super used to with Marcus Davenport. It's not going to look pretty, but he's going to find a way to just disrupt things. This is one of the best tackles, man. He doesn't even get a clean hand swipe there. But his hands are always active. He just continues to battle. These are the kind of things you're going to get out of Davenport where he just... And look, even like this isn't bad. If you think about... Let's see how long the quarterback has it, right? Here's a snap. 1, 2, 3. Okay, maybe I was a little bit slow on my count. I'm not going to lie. Let me try again. 1, 2, 3. Like, bro, he's making him move immediately. I'm going to ride with that. So a blind guy walked into Giants camp today. He took a deep breath and said, "Woo, good morning, ladies. Thanks, Afro Man." All right, I don't I don't know what that means straight up. I missed the joke, bro. I feel bad. I missed the joke, DT fan, man. How you doing? Yeah, I missed it. Streams only to be on my favorite gambler, Vic. Your favorite gambler, Vic. Oh, okay. Hey, shout out to Michael Vick, man. He did his thing with that ad read. I want to do my own, but he killed that. We'll have one, but he killed that. Need someone who can shed in pursuit, bro. And that's him, man. He's a pressure he's a pressure machine. He may not rack up all the sacks, but he's gonna get so much pressure because like a lot of these are gonna count as pressure because he's just gonna move the quarterback. As soon as he moves the quarterback, it's a hurry. As soon as the quarterback has to move, or he has to speed up his route, it's a hurry. Boom, that's a pressure, right? If he hits the quarterback at the, that's a pressure as well. I can't think what that's called, but it's a QB hit, of course. That's a pressure. Like he's gonna do those things, man, constantly. He's gonna constantly rack up pressures. I don't even know who this is. Which one is it? Is this Aleem? No, this is. Hold up, I think I skipped one. Mirrored it well. I think this. Who is this? Against the IDL. I think this is Aleem. Former Green Bay, tailored 101. Fortunately, I captured his third and worst rep where he lost to Levi. Here are his 2 wins. Oh, he didn't capture his loss to Levi. Here are his 2 wins. So I guess these are all against Levi. Okay, I thought there was one for Aleem in here, but I guess not. No, that looks like Aleem, dog. That's got to be Aleem. That looks like Aleem. That looks like Aleem. And you see the same things that, like, good-wise. Like, we see the same things on a play like this. It's really hard to see, but he's low off the line. He's super quick off the line. Kind of trying to get him to overset one way, open the chest. And, like, again, like, this is pressure, right? He's going to collapse in the pocket a little bit here. It's a one-on-one that you want. He just couldn't finish and get off and disengage there. But he's still creating havoc. And I think from the interior, like, especially sacks-wise, I don't need you to finish that often. It's great if you can. I don't need you to finish. I just want you to move the quarterback outside. I want you to spill the quarterback. As long as you do that, we're good. So as long as I'm getting an initial pop, we're good. And he's flying off the line. Like, Liam's flying off the line. Then we got Levi here. And apparently they handled Levi here. Yeah, Levi did lose this one for sure. For sure. Levi looked big, though, bro. Levi looked big and strong for sure. He definitely does. Let me see. And to get off there and look beautiful there. He's kind of tall, too. He tried to use his core to kind of shed on that. Was that little push-pull? He tried to just push and then pull off that block, and that did not happen. He didn't get that initial walk back either. He didn't really gain control of this block. He was sitting down in his stance. He didn't get that pop. He didn't get that initial pop, man. That's what he was missing there. I think they're experimenting with Marcus. He's listed as outside linebacker originally. Well, I think this, man, from what I've seen, we're gonna see we're gonna see 3-4 looks from the lines. They're gonna do 3-4, especially against like multiple tight ends, heavy personnel. We're gonna see 3-4 looks from the Lions. So he'll play stand up there, and we've seen Pascal stand up. We've seen Hutch stand up. We know Barnes and Houston do. Matthew Betts. Like, I think a lot of them are going to play stand-up. So maybe that was something that Lions were intrigued by because, like, hey, with Minnesota, he did this, so he'll translate well to what we want to do. We got pure nose tackles now. We're going to see both, but we're definitely going to see that. I think especially on early downs, base downs, we're going to see those things. 2-4-5, we're going to see that too. We've seen some of that already, some of the 2-4-5, so I think we'll see that as well. We're just going to be huge. Hey, for real, yes, literally. Aleem, Levi, DJ, and B-Mart versus Philly Push. Who wins? Aleem, Levi, DJ, and Broderick Martin versus Philly Push. I don't know if Martin can play low enough for like that. I don't know how good Martin would be for that. I mean, like, Martin would have to. Levi would be I think Aleem would be a problem against that, though, because Levi would be right under someone's pass. So would Reader. I'll take us. I'm taking us. Reader would be a problem. Reader's already low to the ground, too. Reader got that advantage. He's already kind of low. What we got here? I think we had a couple more. We actually had a Hutch win. Let's show one of these wins real quick. But honestly, both of these were kind of the same. It's just the first one he didn't win, second one he did. Working against their left tackle. Obviously, you get the nice false start by the tackles, which I'm not mad at because, if your timing's there, they don't call it, right? Our guys do this too. But you can see the ball is not snapped, and he's already into his kick step. But regardless, though, so he gets off the line well. This is Illuminor, who's their new addition at tackle, the guy that they're really fired up about. And he kind of goes the same setup. The thing that stands out to me with Hutch is how low he's playing through these reps. Like, obviously, he's trying to get him inside there, right? He's trying to open that up so then he can kind of like, boom, smash, get it to the outside, get the edge on the play. This is what we're talking about. So if Davenport's going to spill because he's playing through guys, inside wins, through wins, then you can allow Hutchinson to open up, hey, win on the edge, spill it right to Aiden Hutchinson. Now, tackle handles it well here. You know, again, he stays square, doesn't really kind of open himself up, so he doesn't create really a soft edge here. He stays square in his stance, and Hutch tries to rip the edge. Again, if the quarterback has to go backwards, this would work. And you see on the second one, he actually gets much of a cleaner win here. You know, the first step, not as great, doesn't get as much depth. And then Hutch, you know, again, kind of sets it up. Boom, he's just dashing through. You see how low he's playing? He's playing so low. Rips underneath the pads. He's playing a lot of bend. I like what Hutchinson's looking like, man. He's looking incredibly twitchy right now. You don't know what they're always working on. If they're just working like, how can you win? But he looks incredibly twitchy, incredibly explosive right now. He looks electric off the edge. I'm really excited this because Hutch looks good. Hutch looks really good there. So, again, he'll set up things throughout the game. But Davenport, I think Davenport could open up his role because Hutch has won a lot through bull rush. We know he's won through that really nice spin counter that he's set up in the NFL to win inside. But allowing him to then open up like, hey, can you win to the outside? They could be simple like, hey, work on the outside, man. Can you win outside? We got to get you winning outside. We got to make that a real threat of you pressing the outside of the pocket because Davenport is not going to be playing towards the outside very often. So they're going to spill stuff to you on paper. Can we open that up? Because, like, hey, you want – I don't know if it was every win, but majority of his wins were inside or through the offensive tackle. Hands to the face. Was one of them hands to the face? That definitely could have been. One of them looked like holding, too. You know, I don't take him that serious, right? But it's more so for me, like, seeing the athleticism from Hutchinson because he looks really good right now, man. He looks really good right now for me. Like, athletically speaking, low to the ground, really strong, looks super dynamic. It's on the first one? It definitely could have been. And he's playing really low, so, you know, you're going to get things like that. But he's playing with that leverage. He's going to get under pads and dip under them. That was always the thing with Hutch. Like, we know he's freaky agile. So him being able to, like, live under your pads, I mean, you want to see more change of pace there, I feel like. But him being able to live under pads is a problem. But he's also winning fast. He's not letting this take forever. It's like, boom, I'm into it. So I'm rocking with it. Okay, let me see if there's anything else I want to go. My bad. I didn't mean to do that. If there's anything else that we didn't show here. Not really. Not clips-wise. I think that was everything clips-wise. Let me make sure I didn't miss nothing. Because they put these together. We saw the Lions highlights, some of those. I think that may have been everything. And everything that I've seen, maybe. I think that was everything. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think that was everything. Clips-wise. Notes-wise, anything we did touch on? I don't think so. They said that the Giants offensively were doing a lot of run plays today, a lot of rollouts, a lot of screens. And Dan Campbell talked about it like, hey, you know, we have RPOs, but we don't run them much. They have a lot of wrinkles to it, so it's going to be a lot of – and this is good practice. This is really good practice because last year at the beginning of the season, it was a mess. Ravens game, I thought Chicago – like this has been a mess in the past. Second level – handling all the movement, Chicago would throw at us. Now, we don't have to deal with that maybe as much without Fields, but everything up front, like, because certain teams, this is how they play. They play into like college, man. All the zone read, all the RPOs, especially if you got guys like Pascal playing stand-up, like, they're going to try to put our guys in space and make us work. We have to be super efficient. They're going to test us immediately. And, guys, y'all know the previous preseason, like, it would show up as an issue. And we'd always have to talk about it, like, oh, man, Catane, here goes the quarterback. He takes off on the read option, big play. This is a monster challenge for the Lions. This is going to be a monster challenge for us week 1. Monster challenge, man. So I'm excited to see it, and they're getting really good practice because, you know, majority of teams don't play like this, but some teams do. And we need work there. We need work there. I think our second level needs work there. First level needs work. I mean, honestly, all of it. You know, force players, all those things. Slots will need work there. They said that, but they said the Giants' red zone offense was poor. They said first play was a sack, and apparently Levi had one in team drills. Second play was a holding call. Don't know who it was on, but maybe it was Jermaine. And then the third play was a short slant to Malik Nabers. They said Gibbs had a touchdown run. We touched on that one. Jefferson had his run. And they said the Giants in their red zone drill had 2 incomplete passes, did not score. So the Lions handled their own in that spot, even though, again, we don't really have clips from that. We got to make sure. Okay, didn't miss that. Touched on the blown coverage. They said offensive line-wise, I don't have any clips of these, but they said the Lions' offensive line, Michael Neese gave up kind of a walk back. Dan Skipper lit up Azeez Ojulari. Like, he drove him into the ground. I don't even know how that's possible. I don't know if they were run blocking or, I don't know how. Maybe he got off balance at pass pro, and then he kind of just put him to the ground. Dan Skipper apparently got into it with a fan today, I think. Hopefully that's not wrong, but, that's just Dan Skipper. My man's literally the bodyguard. So, it makes sense. What is this one? Burns spin TD? That's not right. That's not right. All right. I don't know what that is. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. No, that's not what that is. That's not what that is. They said he had a sack, and he also had a win on Graham Glasgow. Said they were working a lot of stunts today. Said he had a win on Graham Glasgow. That makes it. Oh, TD, not touchdown. Taylor Decker. He had a spin move on Taylor Decker, and he had a win on Graham Glasgow. We saw yesterday Decker had a nice rep against, I think that was Brian Burns, or that was Kayvon. It actually may have been Kayvon. Okay, I think we hit on everything, though. We hit on everything. Chad, did we miss anything? The prepping for Green Bay. Damn, got me pregnant. Won't pay for. Oh, hey, yo, hold up. So he's gonna come to my chat to expose me? That's crazy. Yo, that crazy thing is he didn't even call me first. He just came right to the chat. He made this thing public. This didn't need to be public, Easy. That's wild. See, and this is why they had to put user in timeout. Let me make that happen. We have. Oh snap. Yo, hey, hold up. How long did it put him in timeout? Hold up. Wait, Easy was banned in their comments for a move. Hold up. Wait. Can I undo that? Wait. Wait, that's not. Hold up. I already put him in the timeout. I'm trying to take him out. Hold up. 10 seconds. Can we? Yo, hey, Easy's gone, dog. Easy's gone, bro. Easy, please. Easy, let us know if you can speak, man. It's supposed to be 10 seconds, but I ain't gonna lie. I think StreamYard, they took that to like the ban user and delete their comments. Hold up. Yo, Easy might be gone, dog. And I don't know how to bring him back. Straight up, I don't know what to do. You banished Easy. Hey, Easy been banished. Actually, real quick, though, because I need to figure this out, actually, because I hope I didn't actually, like, delete him from the channel. Let me make sure I can get it back. There's got to be, like, a settings thing to this. Let me go to my settings real quick. He lives. Oh, damn. Okay, he's back. All right, so now I know we're good. Now I know I can do that. Okay, cool. All right, now I know that I can do that. I can put him in a timeout for 10 seconds. I thought, I don't know, StreamYard didn't have a timer. I thought they were just like removing this man. Okay, that's good. He still has his wrench. Easy in the negative zone. Hey, for real. This thing said that he was banned. I was like, hold up. That's not what I thought it was gonna do. Okay, I should have did it through the YouTube chat. That way it could, I would actually know. All right. Hey, that's why when things become public, though. You know what I mean? We gotta make you are redeemed. They just remain. Nah, they do remain. Easy was getting picked. That's crazy. Okay, I think we hit on everything, though. We started later today, so I didn't want to roll this long. Tomorrow, roundtable, we're gonna be live 6:15 Eastern time. That's when we're aiming for. And then Thursday game day. What else was I going to hit on? Yeah, Thursday's game day. We should be live for that. We should be live for a pregame show too, but I don't know for sure. We're gonna have to see. But we should be live for a pregame show. Also, before we get out of here, let me make sure this is gonna work too, because I think YouTube is trying to run an ad. Let me skip that. Before we get out of here, also, y'all know I gotta give a shout out to our sponsor of today's live stream, and for this NFL season, BetUS, man. Use that top link in the description. Let me make sure I get this right. Use that top link in the description. Now it's actually the right one. Last year it was the wrong one for a lot of the year. Now it's the right one. Top link in the description. BetUS. We'll be showing them throughout the year the lines and stuff that they have. But you get 125% deposit match on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. Up to $2,000. 125% on your first 3 deposits. So definitely check it out. No Mo Norris today. Mo Norris, apparently, I didn't see a clip from it. Apparently, he got into it. Actually, that was one of the things I had on here. Where'd that go? Hold up. I wrote that down for sure. Where'd that go? Because they told Levi to get off. Hutchinson got into it. Where was it? They said Mo Norris got into it today. I don't know where it was. But someone said Mo Norris. Oh, Mo Norris was throwing punches in special teams. That's what I heard. He was throwing punches in special teams. Don't mess with Mo Norris, bro. That dude crazy. He got kicked out of practice. That was Mo Norris that got kicked out? Or was that Levi? Or was that both? It may have been both. If he was throwing punches, it would make sense. It would make sense. There was just no clip of it. A little disappointed there's no clip of that. Hooker gonna tear New York up. I hope so. I hope for his sake he does. It'll get everybody kind of off his back a little bit, so I hope so. Also, the Giants, like, their depth at corner is a little bit shaky. It's a little bit shaky. They're going to be testing that out. Then they had to run laps with Kirby after, no joke. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, look, bro, they're fighting. They don't want that. But I'm not mad at it as a fan. I'm not mad at it. The Kirby thing was disrespectful. Kirby maybe didn't have to start swinging, but it was disrespectful that he kind of just walked by and did that. I would have took that as disrespect, even if he was just messing around. Kirby looked like he was saying some stuff. That was some disrespect. Is Hooker show out Thursday? I hope so. I honestly, I wouldn't bet on it, but I think he's gonna use his legs and have some success running. I think he's gonna have success taking off. I'm curious to see what Sudfeld looks like for sure. But yeah, Hooker's debut, man. People are gonna be fired up for that. Giants have been real petty and crappy, which stinks. Because they were pretty much the default, least annoying team at NFC East. Yeah, I can feel that. I don't have an issue with Washington, to be honest, but Washington's just been struggling, so that's kind of why, I guess. I don't got an issue with Washington. He's learning behind Goff. So, okay, I think we hit on everything now. I think we're good, man. I'm going to leave it here, man. I don't want to keep it all up too late. I appreciate y'all joining, though. Won't be long. Won't be this late tomorrow. But we also may not have a live stream over here. But we will on Roundtable 6:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Roundtable Sports. Check us out. We're gonna be live. All NFC North content creators, man. We're gonna be talking about the upcoming game. We're also doing a ranking thing. I think though we're gonna be doing the rankings live. I think the other part may be pre-recorded. Regardless, though, we're doing both tomorrow and Thursday's game day. So with all that, shout out to Easy. Shout out to Shane. Shout out to J Mommy, Ryan Thompson. I'm not going to read y'all. I'm going to be honest. Dan, hey, I'm going to read this all. Cartier. I don't know. How do you pronounce that? Island. I appreciate y'all. Have a great night, man. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Hopefully. Y'all got to tune in. And Thursday, we on Bleacher Report, too. So y'all got to tune in. The Truth, we out.